welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry I'm talking so fast. I just had ice cream, so I'm having a sugar rush. Sorry again. Okay, so I have another story with me. I'm so sorry if you guys are getting little bird stories. Before I start, I just want to say you guys can comment down below your own stories, and I would love to read out your stories and see what you've been through or what, like, yeah. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's name this girl Pastel. Okay, so she also has a YouTube channel of her own. She's currently my twin. Not actually my twin, but like my best friend. Okay, so if you want to see her YouTube channel, I'll just link it down in the description. And subscribe to her channel and mine, of course. And let's start. Okay, so I was going to Pastel Bobo's house. This happened like a few years ago, so no hate, okay? No hate. So I went to her house, and I heard some other girl calling out her name. Because I just shifted, so I didn't know anything about this place and everything. I didn't know how many friends she had and everything. So I legit, when I first saw her, I said like, yeah, she's my best friend. I don't care what you guys do. I'm taking her and I'm keeping her as my best friend, and she always will be. So, when she called out her name, like, who is that girl calling out your name? Pastor Burger responded, like, oh, that's just my other friend, Stacy. If you guys remember, for my other story time, I said I went to Stacy's house for a sleepover. It's the exact same Stacy. So, like, I was full on jealous, like, what? You have another, I obviously didn't say this, but I'm like inside my head saying, what? You have another friend? Nuh-uh. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. I already made you my best friend. You cannot do this to me right now. So I was full on jealous. So then she's like, hey, what's up? Pastel Burba. I'm like, hey, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm Stacy. Who are you? It was super awkward. So we were just asking each other our names. I'm like, hey, I'm new here. I just shifted a couple of days ago. And everything. She's like, oh, okay, sure. And she invited Nisha over to her house. I'm like, oh, really? Really? Like, really? Why do you have to take her away from me right now when I just came? Like, girl, why can't you find another person? But obviously, that didn't happen. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay. So I behaved really bad. She's like, oh, you could come to your house, come also if you want, I guess. I'm like, sure. So we both hated each other at the same time. I remember talking about this with her a couple of days ago. She said, yeah, even I hated you that time. So yeah. So we're like, yeah, when we come to your house, I'm trying to plot a plan for her, Pastel Boba to hate this girl. Like, I'm thinking, so I blanked out on all the conversations they were having, thinking of a plan and everything. It was very stupid. Let me tell you. Let me just tell you this. I was very stupid at the time. Okay, back. So yeah, that happened. I'm thinking of a plan, but I was just too dumb at that time. So I couldn't think of any good plan that would actually work. I was thinking of pulling her hair though. I thought that would work, but of course, why would that work? Why would I pull somebody's hair? Unless I'm a psycho. Yeah. So that happened. No, I didn't actually pull her hair. Obviously, I am not a lunatic. So we're like just talking and everything, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go home. Don't you too, Pastor Burbank? Because I didn't want her to stay alone with this Stacy girl because I didn't know her well. So I'm like, yes. Like, don't you need to go home? And she's like, oh, yeah, I do actually. I have a class and I don't want to miss it. And I felt she was playing along, but she wasn't actually. She actually had a class. So I thought she was going to come over to my house. We were going to play some Roblox. Or should I say Roblox? Okay. She's like, oh no, I actually do need to go. I have class. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. So the next couple of days we played together. I'm like, oh yeah, she seems like a chill person and everything. So I actually started to be close friends with her. And well, yeah. I started to be really close friends with her. I used to play with her every day without Pastor Boba also. It's not only because Pastor Boba was there that I was playing with her, but I actually went over to her house, like, and started playing. My mom, didn't really like. No, she did. How do I say this? Okay, so, sorry. How did I say this? Okay, so my mom didn't meet her parents at the time, so she wanted to meet them because we became really close friends. I used to go to her house every day, like the whole day. I'd be in her house. Like I wouldn't even do my homework. I would miss my homework and go to her house to play. I'm like, ah, yes. And my mom's like, oh my god. And then my mom was going to go out. I'm like, oh, I don't want to come with you guys because it's going to be really boring and everything. So I'm like, hey, can I stay with her? Can I stay with Stacy? I'm like, she's like, no. She was really spectacle. Okay, I don't care really. Sorry if my grammar's wrong. That's saying, oh, no. Like saying, no, I haven't met her parents yet. I don't know if it's safe. I'm like, hey, obviously it'll be safe. Like, what? She's like, yeah, obviously. And she's like, first let me meet her parents and then I'll think about it. And I was dancing in my room when I heard that, and then I told her about that, and she's like, oh, really? Oh, my God, okay, so let's make a meet right now. So I dragged my mom to her house, saying, hey, meet her parents right now. And she's like, no, I'm really busy, but I still dragged her. Oopsie, guilty. So I dragged her, they met, and we just left them alone, and I went into Stacy's house. We played. My mom's like, yeah, sure, you can stay at their house, I guess. They seem like nice people. And after a few years, like, we became best friends. And there's actually another story, which I like to tell you guys in the next story time. So, yeah. Also, now after a couple of years, I've learned that I actually, like, my family knew their family before she was born, or was before I was born, when, like, really long ago, like, her grandparents or something happened, like, I know their grandparents, or something like that happened, okay? So, yeah, we're not related, but we've known each other for quite a few years. And yeah. So, well, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!